Getting my expectations up like that.
Yeah, totally.
Nope, not worth it.
Nope. I think it's the end of a T-square that broke.
What's that?
It's a T-square, like from which hat.
Oh, okay.
It just broke.
Heavy, but fancy.
Makes me want to throw it at people sometimes.
Yeah, tell me if it does that again.
All right, folks. So I just want to review with you things that are parallel. What's true about parallel lines? Okay, let me ask you the question more specifically. My fault, was not a well-asked question. What's true about the slopes of parallel lines? They are the same. Okay, the slopes of parallel things are the same. Parallel slopes are equal. Okay, what is true about the slopes of perpendiculars? What's true about the slopes of perpendiculars?
Slopes are opposite reciprocals.
Yeah, opposite reciprocals. Yes, and they do make 90-degree angles. Okay, so here's what I want us to be able to do. This is something I forgot to talk about yesterday. Let's take a look at a couple sets of points here. So let's say we've got this set of points that is 1, 0 and 3, 2. That's going to be line A. Line B is going to be 3, 1 and 1, -3. Okay, so two lines here. This is line A, line B. I would like to know, are these guys parallel, perpendicular, or neither? Okay, so while you're writing that down, I want you to think with me. Okay, that's a little bit of logical thinking. If I'm asking you about parallelness or perpendicularness, I don't think those are words, but parallelness and perpendicularness, then I'm really asking you about what? Slope. I'm really asking you to find their slopes. Okay, so what I would like you to do is find the slope of each of those pairs. Okay, please do that. You guys know how to find slope, you're good at it. So find the slopes between each of those pairs. No, let's do it. Okay, what's the slope for the top one? 1. Okay, this would be, just in case you're not sure, this would be 2 minus 0 over 3 minus 1. That's 2 over 2, and that's 1. So the slope of the top one is 1. What's the slope of the bottom one? It's 2. This guy is, I think it makes a difference. This one is a negative, so watch out for that. The slope of this is 2. So based on their slopes, are those, here's the two slopes, are they parallel, perpendicular, or neither? They're neither. If they were parallel, they would have to be what? The same. If they were perpendicular, they would have to be opposite and reciprocals, which they're not. So this is neither. These are not parallel, they're not perpendicular. Okay, let's try this set. Okay, so same question. Here is -4, 3, and 1, 2. That's line A. Line B is -3, -4, to -5. Okay, same question. Are they parallel, perpendicular, or neither? Okay, so sometimes people see this and they freak out. They're like, I don't know. You have to kind of read between the lines. I'm asking you to find slope because parallel and perpendicular are all about the slope. This a one. Oh, you did one. Oh, the 3's not negative. That's fine. It's just 2 minus 3. Okay. What do you get for the slope for line A?
-1/5.
You get -1/5. -1/5. What do you get for the slope of line B?
-1/5.
Okay. So, based on their two slopes, are they parallel, perpendicular, or neither? They're parallel because they have the same slope. Okay? So, again, you cannot tell. Again, people, I said this already, but people freak out when they see this on their homework. Like, I don't know what to do. Find the slopes. Okay? Find the slopes. That's all this is about. And then you use that to answer your question. So, last one of these. Let's go with 5-2 and 7-5. And then 0-2 and 3-0. Okay, same question. Parallel, perpendicular, or neither? These guys were parallel. This is a very ugly 2, but it is a 2 here. So not a 7. You can get it from me later. It's just on my board right there. Okay, what is the slope for the first one? 3/2. Now, I'm going to say this. I saw somebody take their 3/2 and turn it into 1.5, which is not wrong. But for what we're doing, you want to see the fraction. So I would keep him as a fraction for this one. I only turn mine into decimals if I'm going to have to distribute, just for what it's worth. What's the slope for the bottom one?
-2/3.
Okay, so when you look at those slopes, Are these parallel, perpendicular, or neither? They're perpendicular. Do you see that 3 over 2? If you change a sign and flip them over, is what we have on the bottom. So those are perpendicular slopes. Okay, that's what you are looking at when you have the questions like this on your homework. Okay, find the slopes and then just figure it out. Now, a little bit different. Okay, same question, but a little bit different. So let's say we have y equals 4x plus 2, and we have this line is going to be x plus 4y equals 9. Okay, are they parallel, perpendicular, or neither? Okay, no. What's the slope for the first one?
2.
Nah. 4. Remember, slope is with x. Slope is with x. What's the problem with the second one?
There's only one end. It doesn't have a slope.
Does have a slope. You just can't find it.
It's one.
It's not 1.
It's not.
No,
It's not one.
not 1. Okay? The way that it is written, you cannot find the slope. This is not in slope-intercept form. You don't know what the slope is. You have to put it in slope-intercept form, which we talked about last semester. To answer this question, we have to solve for y. Okay? 2 steps when you solve for y. What's the first step? Not first.
Put the line through the equal.
Okay, you gotta do that. I'll give you that.
You have to get x or y by itself.
We want y by itself. What's the first thing we move?
Subtract x.
Gotta subtract the x. There you go. First step when you're doing this, I want you to know the steps are always the same. Okay, if the x or y on the same side, you move the x first. So what do we gotta subtract the x? That's what McKinley said. Subtract the x. So we have 4y equals 9 minus x. Okay, now pause a second. How many x's is that? Let's put the 1 there. It's going to help us out. Okay, now I'm trying to get y by itself. What's my next step?
Divide by 4.
Now divide by 4. Now, I do not know what Mrs. Petrowski or Mr. Anderson taught you, but I taught my people to do those separately because you want them separate anyway. So y equals 9 over 4 minus 1 over 4x. Now, what was the slope from the first one?
Y equals 4.
So slope is 4. What's the slope in this one?
Negative 1/4.
-1/4. Now, there's my slopes. Are those parallel, perpendicular, or neither?
Perpendicular.
Those are perpendicular. So this is another thing. If I'm asking you about parallel or perpendicular or neither, I'm asking you to find slopes. You just have to remember how to find them. Okay, now, last one. We're going to do one more like that. Let's go. So same thing. Let's go 3y minus 2x equals -9. And line B is y equals 2/3 x plus 3. Look at, isn't that nice? You didn't have to solve for 2 of them, only 1. Okay, same question. I'm not going to write it down because it's the same question. Parallel, perpendicular, or neither? You got to get that y by itself for letter A, for line A. What is the first thing you need to do?
Get y by itself.
Got to get y by itself. What's your...
Add the 2x.
Yes, add the 2x. So now you have 3y equals -9 plus 2x. What's your second step? Divide by 3. Divide all those pieces by 3. So if y equals, what's -9 divided by 3? -3 plus 2/3 x. Now I can answer the question because I know what the slope is. What's the slope for line A? 2/3. What's the slope for line B? 2/3. Parallel, perpendicular, or neither? Parallel, because the slopes are the same. Okay. You will have questions like this on your homework when you have it. Okay. Now, what I'd like you to do for about 12 minutes, my goal is to give you 15 minutes of homework time today. So for 12 minutes, we're going to practice on whiteboard so that Miss Barnhart and I can make sure that you know what you're doing before we start doing homework. So go get them. Whiteboard, marker, eraser, please.